Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So on today's episode of Yeti Splash, we're talking about the Care Visa 2025, the UK Care Visa. A lot of you have sent me questions asking for clarity. Can I still get this health and care visa from overseas? What of myself that I'm in the UK? What do I do? Can I still switch to this visa? What if my employer's license is revoked? What if my employer does not have a job? What should I do? And lots more. So today I'm going to be dissecting UK Care Visa 2025. Based off the new immigration rules that was released, what is the way forward for those who hold or who are seeking to get the health and care visa in the UK for 2025? So don't forget to like this video, share, and ensure you keep following Yeti Splash for more. Now let's get straight into the video. So it's going to be Q&A. I have the questions all on my notes. I'll be reading them out and then I'll be giving you my honest opinion, thoughts or answer. Again, I'm not a licensed immigration consultant. Whatever I say here is based on my personal research. So if you think you need any immigration advice, please do seek help to get one. So the first question is, can I get health and care visa as an international applicant in 2025? The answer is that you can only get health and care visa as an international applicant. That means if you're from Nigeria, Ghana, Somalia, wherever outside of the UK. If you're still living outside the UK and your plan is to get health and care visa to relocate to the UK, you can only do that up until 22nd, or would I say 21st of July 2025. From 22nd, you cannot apply for a visa to come into the UK to work as a carer, and that visa will be granted, especially if it's 6135 and code 6136. No, they have stopped it. So you can no longer be recruited from abroad to come and work in the UK as a carer. I'm saying this so that you people don't fall for immigration scam. You don't tell someone telling you COS for sale 3 years. Now watch, you cannot get a COS as a carer or a senior carer from outside the UK come 22nd of July 2025. If your application is in already, then you might be safe. If you're getting a COS before 22nd, then good luck to you. But anything outside that, from the 22nd, you can no longer get a COS that would allow you to come into the UK to work as a carer or senior carer. Question 2. If I'm in the UK, can I switch to this visa? Yes, if you're in the UK, you can switch to the health and care visa. However, you can only do this based off 2 things. Number 1, you can only switch to the health and care visa by the 22nd of July 2028. So you have 3 years to switch to the health and care visa if you ever want to have that visa in the UK, because after 2028 they are going to be abolishing the visa completely. That's one. Then the second point is that you must have worked for that employer legally for at least 3 months before you are able to switch to the health and care visa in the UK. So if you're a student and you're working, ensure you're at least doing 20 hours for a company that has license to sponsor. If your plan is to be sponsored as a carer, work with them for like 20 hours if your work limit is 20 hours, or if you're on the graduate visa route as well, or you're on the dependent visa route and work for the company. You need to work for that company for 3 months and then they can then issue you a certificate of sponsorship. If you don't work for them for 3 months, you cannot get COS, and you're only eligible to do this up until 22nd of July 2028, after which the visa will no longer exist for people to switch to. The visa will exist for those who already have it, but new applicants will no longer be allowed to switch to that visa. Question number 3. Can I apply with my dependent to switch to this visa? Again, the answer is no. They have stopped health and care workers from bringing in dependents. So unless you're currently on that route before the law changed, if you're currently with a dependent on that route before the law changed back in, I think, last year or last 2 years, then you can bring your dependent. But if you're applying now, you're switching to that visa now, fresh, you cannot bring in dependent. However, there's an exception. If your dependent is a child born in the UK, then you can apply for them to remain with you as a dependent. Or if you can prove that you have the sole responsibility for your child, if the child is not born in the UK, then you can be able to switch with your dependent. So they said nothing about dependent partner, like maybe your husband or your wife. They only made the exception for children. So if your child is British born, not British citizen, British born because they gave birth to your child in the UK here, then you can switch with your child under the visa. And if you have the sole responsibility over that child, if the child is not born in the UK, then the child can apply with you as your dependent. Question 4. What happens if I want to switch employer? Now, this is a tricky one. If you want to switch employer before, within a week, you can change sponsorship. But now, you need to have been working for your new employer, even if it's 20 hours, because I want to believe if you want to switch employer, it means that you already have a COS before and you're already working as a carer and you want to switch to another care company, maybe because you don't have enough shifts or they don't have work where you are. So you have to be doing supplementary work like for 20 hours with this new employer from the 22nd, right? You can still switch. If you're switching before the 22nd, then that's fine. But after the 22nd, you have to then start working for this new employer that you want to switch to for 3 months at least. So you can be doing 20 hours for them for 3 months before they can issue you a certificate of sponsorship. And I think this is not fair because a lot of people will then be stuck with employers that they do not like simply because they are unable to switch employers easily. Do you get what I mean? Unlike before, whereby if your employer should do anything wrong to you or you're not comfortable there, which should be the case, right? You're able to just apply to another company, get a job, and they give you COS. But now they're saying that no, you can't just switch COS like that. You have to work for wherever it is that you want to get their COS for at least 3 months. So if you want to change your employer, maybe because they're unfair to you, or you don't have shifts, or you're not even making enough, or maybe it's far to where you live and you found something better, you have to sacrifice and work for those people, the new company, for at least 3 months, and then tell them to give you certificate of sponsorship before you apply for your visa. Last question, what happens if my license is revoked? Now, this is a very tricky one. Because if the license of your company is revoked, then you need to look for a new employer to start working with, because you still need to work for them for 3 months. Now, if the license of your company has been revoked, and then the UK government has given you 60 days to leave the country or switch employer, I don't know the answer, to be honest, because their rule says you have to work for 3 months. And if they give you 60 days is not 3 months. So what then do you do? If you have the answer, please let me know in the comment section, because this is a tough one and I'm not even sure what the answer is as well. Anyway, if you find this video helpful, let me know. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and keep following Yeti Splash for more. Any questions, drop it in my comment section. Till I come your way next time, I remain your one and only baby girl Yeti. Bye guys.